killed their leader. In what can be called a dramatic entry, much like his films, Vijay was careful to break all the myths surrounding his superstardom and announce at the outset, politics is not a cine field, it is a battlefield. Vijay then paid floral tributes to leaders such as Tandai Periyar, B.R. Ambedkar and K. Kamaraj, as also Velu Nachiyar and Anjalai Ammal. Then came the dramatic moment amid his supporters' slogans renting the air at Vikramandi. The actor hoisted the party's flag on a 100-foot tall pole at the venue using a remote control. That's what I said. So dramatic. Followed by the recital of Tamil Thai Varthu song. No one missed the sight of how the venue's main entrance was styled like Chennai's Fort St. George, the seat of the Tamil Nadu government. Now, it was his speech which was a mix of TVK's political ideologies and his veiled attack in two of his political adversaries, the ruling Dravidian Munnetra Kazhagam and the rising, if one may add, Bharatiya Janata Party in Tamil Nadu, which he thundered and said, which is clearly an attack on the DMK as follows.
அடுத்து திராவிட மாடல்னு சொல்லிக்கிட்டு தந்தை பெரியார் பேரறிஞர் அண்ணா பேரை வச்சு தமிழ்நாட்டை சுரண்டி கொள்ளையடிக்கிற ஒரு குடும்ப சுயநல கூட்டம் தான் நம்மளோட அடுத்த எதிரி, அரசியல் எதிரி, பொலிட்டிக்கல் எனிமி.
Let me repeat that for you. In the name of the Dravidian model government, a family exploits the state. In the name of Periyar, you are projecting an anti-people government as a Dravidian model government. They are our political enemies. He of course also said it is easier to identify divisive forces, but it is difficult to identify the corrupt forces who may hide behind the mask of ideology and principles. He was very clear, Vijay. He said those who rule here are the corrupt forces. You get the drift, don't you? Clearly, this is the Dravidian Munnetra Kazhagam. He also highlighted DMK's approach towards the BJP and hinted how it is anything but effective. He said as follows.
நம்ம மக்களுக்கு தெளிவா தெரியும் யார் இங்க வரணும், யார் இங்க வரவே கூடாது. ஏன்னா இது மதச்சார்பின்மை பேசுற தமிழ்நாட்டு மண். இந்து முஸ்லிம் கிறிஸ்தவர்கள் எல்லாம் அவங்கவுங்க வழிபாட்டு தலங்களிலே வாழ்க்கை முறையிலே மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும். ஆனா ஒட்டுமொத்தமா தமிழ்நாடுன்னு வந்துட்டா, ஒற்றுமையை காட்டணும்னு வந்துட்டா ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் ப்ரோ, ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் ப்ரோ. அதே மாதிரி இப்ப ரீசெண்டா கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு முன்னாடி பார்த்திருப்பீங்க நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டில் என்ன நடந்துச்சுன்னு. இங்க சாதி இருக்கும், ஆனா சைலண்டா மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும். சமூக நீதிக்கான அளவுகோலா மட்டுமே தான் அது இருக்கும். அதை வச்சு நம்ம மண்ணை வேற மாதிரி மாத்தணும்னு யார் என்ன ட்ரை பண்ணாலும் அது நம்ம மக்களே அனுமதிக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா இந்த மண்ணில் அது பொலிட்டிக்கலா ப்ரூவ் ஆன ஒரு தியரி அண்ட் கான்செப்ட். அரசியல்ல நம்ம என்ன ஸ்டாண்ட் எடுக்க போறோங்கிறது தான் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஏன்னா அதுதான் நம்மளுடைய எதிரிகள் யாருன்னு சொல்லும். அப்படி ஒரு கரெக்டான ஒரு ஸ்டாண்ட் எடுத்துட்டாலே நம்மளுடைய எதிரிகள் யாருன்னு நாம சொல்ல தேவையில்லை, அவங்களே நம்ம முன்னாடி வந்து நின்று நம்மளை எதிர்க்க ஆரம்பிப்பாங்க.
Let me add another bite that he said. I can't play it out for you, but he said it and I found it rather funny. Avanga fascism na neenga enna payasama, which translates into you, meaning the DMK, criticize the BJP by calling it fascism, but what are you doing? Payasam means kheer, by the way. Swearing by secular social justice ideology, Vijay really tore into both the main parties, that the BJP and of course the Dravidian Munnetra Kazhagam, basically all Dravidian parties. Yes, Vijay's maiden speech at the maiden conference was indeed impressive, but there are many questions which need to be addressed. Is he offering any new alternatives for the people of Tamil Nadu? Will he be able to break the jinx of movie stars turned politicians who post Jayalalitha have really not made much of an impact? Let's debate. Joining us on the discussion is Jagadiswaran, who is the spokesperson for the TVK. He is joining us on the phone line. Of course, we are also awaiting Narayan Tirupati. Oh, he is here. Narayan Tirupati, Vice President BJP Tamil Nadu, and Dr. Pentapatti Pullarao, who is a senior political analyst. Let me first go to Jagadiswaran. Jagadiswaran, vanakkam. I just want to know that I heard very, very impressive show. He's an actor, of course, who's known for essaying several roles. But you speak about abolishing NEET. You speak about how women will be protected. You speak about no sectarian violence or any kind of. You speak about being anti-dynast. What is he offering which is new for the Makkal or the people of Tamil Nadu, Jagdishwaran, except that he's a star and he's followed by the youth?
See, the question is, what do we stand for? And as rightly put out, he said, our ideological leader is Periyar, Ambedkar, Kamarajar, Veeramanga Vedanachar, Anjali Ammal, and one of the core policy is going to be social justice, which is Samuga Needi. My question is, does social justice still have relevance or not? Do we still need social justice, or are we going to say, no, we have achieved 100% social justice in Tamil Nadu and there is no need for it? We still don't have an answer for Bengaluru issue. We have debated about it. We still haven't got an answer for the Dravidian temple, where the Dalit community tries to enter the temple and the other community stops them, and so the temple is closed. We have caste killings even today. The BJP, which is along with DMK's alliance partner, they want a separate rule. And DMK says, no, it's just a law and order issue. Don't make it a caste issue. We know it's been happening for ages. And even last week, or just 10 days back, a Dalit men who died, they were not able to take his body in a public street. This is Tamil Nadu. Still, this is Tamil Nadu. We haven't achieved social justice completely. There is still long way to go. There are issues. There is hierarchy. There is discrimination. And that is what we are saying. We still need social justice to be implemented. DMK doesn't implement. DMK stops. I mean, have you seen any one conference from DMK where they have put out the banner of Dr. Ambedkar? We see Ambedkar as a common leader. He is the man who wrote the Constitution of India.
Yeah, I do. I'm so sorry, Jagdishwaran, considering you were a journalist and my colleague. Let me tell you that the DMK spoke about Samatavam, that is social justice and equality, for the longest time. We've been hearing from the 60s and all the main leaders, whether it is Annadurai, whether it is Periyar and later also Kalaignar. But the point is that the large numbers of caste violence are perpetrated in Tamil Nadu. When you go to the leaders and you talk about it, they say we are not responsible if the local authorities are unable to control it. I mean, there is no short logic to this. I mean, there is no way that you can ensure it. Let me come back to you, Jagdishwaran. Let me go to Narayan Tirupati. Narayan, thank you so much for joining us. Well, Vijay Dalapati, one thing I found that even Udayanidhi Stalin refused to comment and said, listen, I meet him, I always greet him, I have nothing to say, except for one or two leaders. Mostly everyone has been extremely cordial to Vijay. Of course, I heard Dr. Soundararajan, who said, why is he talking about removing the governor? He knows, he must know the constitution, that post cannot be made defunct. But Narayan Tirupati, time and again, the one thing both the DMK and even now his party, TVK, they are talking about is, they aim the gun at the BJP and say this is sectarian violence, they do Hindu, Muslim, Christian. That is something I will ensure that I will not do. And we all know the past when one of his movies was released, and considering his middle name is Joseph, if I am not wrong, there was a huge controversy about it. Narayan Tirupati, your opening comments on the entry of a megastar into the political arena of Tamil Nadu.
The opposition as well as some section of media are trying to misinterpret what Mr. Vijay said, and they are trying to, take a fight, between the Vijay and the BJP, which I think I should not, get involved into, because he has just started his party yesterday. He has got the right to, convey his views on anything. Absolutely, there is no issue. And as far as I am concerned, I don't think Mr. Vijay was trying to, talk something as you said. I don't think. I think somebody has misinterpreted it, or you are misinterpreting it. I don't know, Sudha. But as well as said, I am concerned that whatever Mr. Vijay spoke, there were some good things what he said as his policy, and there were some things which he did not, which we don't agree in politics. And yes, during the course of his journey, we will also see how he takes, how he performs,
All right.
what steps he takes. So
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything to condemn.
All right.
in, what
All right.
Mr. Vijay
Narayanan, you condemn the media, and I'm part of it. And whenever in doubt, shoot the messenger. I'm okay. You are a friend. I will take that. So let me ask you a question. You're an intelligent man in a different way. What is the difference between DMK and Vijay's party, Narayanan?
First of all, I never condemned you. I just said it is your view, that's all. What is there to condemn in this? So, in fact, I said I will not condemn Vijay also. I said I will not condemn
Smart move, Narayan Tirupati. You take it away. And anyway, tell me, what is the main difference you find between Dravidian?
The main difference is that, he has come out openly and said that he is against the Dravida model and very clearly against the corruption. In fact, maybe he is yet to know about who is actually a communal party, and we say, of course, he did not mention any party, but I view that he said that the divisive force is Congress, as you know. So I think he will understand when things goes. He's just come into politics. He will understand. And I don't think Vijay is a corrupt person like DMK. He has openly come out against the DMK, and he has openly said they are pseudo-secular forces, and he has openly said that they are corrupt. So I think what he has said yesterday, there are certain things which we don't accept. Yes, we don't accept, but it is his view. And as I rightly said, we will definitely see his performance, see what he is doing, and then.
All right. I'll come to Dr. Pulla Rao in a bit after the break, but I see a lot of political kind of messaging here. I mean, I would ask Mr. Rao, Dr. Rao, I beg your pardon, if BJP seems to be a better ally for Vijay than both the Dravidian parties. That's after the break. See you on the other side.
A warrior so brave he'll forever be hailed. Maharashtra is the hit.
Maharashtra tourism.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
I'm Payal Nath, the CEO and Director of Kadam Heart. We're working with people, we're working with emotions, we're working with hands, we're working with nature.
We are very clear, we want to commit to livelihoods, we want to commit to the planet, we want to impact 1 million artisans, which is 1 million families minimum.
Be the change that you want to see.
This and more. Streaming on News9 plus news is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
This is News9 Live, India's only digital exclusive live stream. For the early adopters, bringing you the news 24/7. For the smart audiences on the smartest TVs. News9 Live. Stream now on your smart TVs.
All right, that's our main debate today in the South Indian. Vijay versus Udayanidhi. Dr. Pentapati Pulla Rao, political analyst, is with me. Dr. Rao, I want to ask you two questions and in quick succession. Number one, if you see 3/4 of the vote share, as it were, the political space, as it were, call it anything, you want to see it through the prism of arithmetic or through the prism of anything else, 3/4 is taken up by the two Dravidian parties, DMK and AIDMK. Does it leave any space? And with the rise of the BJP during the Lok Sabha elections, their vote share has gone up exponentially. Do you think Vijay even has a chance? That is number one question. Number two, do you feel that by what Vijay said, I feel, and that his proclivity towards aligning with the BJP seems more of an issue-based alignment rather than ideological-based, and he seems to be inching closer to the BJP than to the DMK, Doctor?
Straight away there's ample space. There's no such thing as there's no space. It's not a crowded railway compartment where if a good alternative comes up, people will go to it. The second thing is, which is 75% of the votes are already taken. But in 5 years, year 2026, if you compare it with 2021, the voters list will be 25% different to 30% different. Perhaps it sounds very neat and comfortable to think that the same voters who voted in 2021 are going to be there in 26. No, they move away, they die, new voters come in. So the next voters list will be 25-30% different. They're new voters. They're absolutely new voters. There is a chance for it. The second thing is that I would like to only make this comment. Tamil Nadu being so close to film world, there is no film personality in politics now. MJR is gone. Jayalalitha, Karnataka also, Captain Vijay Rajnikant refused to come in. I would say he fled on the last day out of fear. And so he's the only film personality now who has come out. It does say something. There's no film personality. He's the one.
I want to talk to Narayan about this, but in a bit. Jagdishwaran, I want to come to you. Jagdishwaran, when he critiques the Dravidian model, what exactly? Because Dravidam means a lot of things, I mean, there is Tamil culture and language, there is about equality, there is about no caste differentiation, that is also being one of the main things is being a rationalist and not really, although Udayanidhi has gone and said happy Deepavali to everyone, I mean, he's changed, but that is overall. But when the party, that is TVK, says we are anti-Dravidam, what does that mean, Jagdishwaran?
Number one, before that, I'll say, is BJP the right party to align for DMK? No. For TVK, no. See, because we declared DMK as our political enemy and BJP as our ideological foe. So, first, BJP is going to be ideological foe, and I don't think we'll align with them. And if there is a process of elimination for TVK, the first party would be BJP. So, we are not going to align with BJP. I wanted to put that straight. And we will not be aligning with DMK also, as their political enemies. So when you speak about Dravida model, yesterday when our leaders spoke about Dravida model, said the name of Dravida model, there is so much of corruption. There is so much of loot. He said, use the words in Tamil called corruption, kabada, which means they are looting the state, the name of Dravida model. And it is just one single family. That family is looting this state. That's what we can say exactly intended. The same DMK, when they brought out their election manifesto, they said to prevent corruption, they will bring in Lokayukta, they will bring in Right to Services Act. And they criticized when DMK brought Lokayukta under judiciary pressure, Mr. Stalin said, this Lokayukta needs to be put in a dustbin. It should thrown into the dustbin. And even after coming to power, he never took that out of the dustbin. It's still in the dustbin. These days, they don't want to take Lokayukta because if Lokayukta comes into implementation, right implementation, most of the ministers will be in jail, Lokayukta jail. They'll be at the Lokayukta courts. Because Lokayukta gives you the power for a common man to go to tell about this corruption. Whereas today they got anti-corruption office where it is still working under the CM. So no common man can go to that and say there is so much corruption and we need complaints to be taken. It's not going to happen. So this is the place where we said, okay, I mean, we will be against corruption because our leader, he's giving out, I mean, his career, he has seen the peak, so he doesn't need money, he doesn't want to be corrupted, he doesn't want to loot any money, he has hard work, earn money, he's giving out this career, he's throwing his career and coming into politics to serve the people. So that difference people will understand because our leader, he doesn't need to be corrupt, and people will realize that because the other existing political parties, there is so much loot that is happening. So we want to put up full stop to that. And even as I said, in the social justice also, there is no implementation. There is so much talk. There is just talk. When it comes to direct implementation, it never happens. So that is where we differ from DMK. So this Dravidian model is good in the name. They say so many things. They give so many election manifestos. But when it comes to implementation, that doesn't happen.
All right. Narayan, you heard what Jagdishwaran said very clearly. You are their ideological foe. Any response to that? If not, then I will move ahead.
No, I already said, Sudha, yesterday only they have started a party. And Mr. Vijay is new to the politics, so he may not know certain things. So let us give some time. Why should I jump immediately and condemn him or criticize him, which I don't want to do. He has spoken a lot of things which are acceptable to us. He has spoken certain things which are not acceptable to us.
For example,
but let us wait.
What is not acceptable? One thing, Narayanan.
NEET, he spoke about NEET, which he is unaware of. His political knowledge is not that right. So you can say NEET and other things. So some certain things he said about corruption is true. And also the DMK is playing double game and all those things. So those things are acceptable to us. So let us not talk about the alliance. There is no election around the corner.
But are you saying, Narayanan, are you insinuating that this 50-year-old superstar, I mean, there is the superstar, of course, Rajnikant, he's also a superstar. This 50-year-old superstar is not so mature in the art of politics because you said he doesn't know many things. He's new to it.
Yeah. Yes, definitely, yes. I don't say, that's what I said. I don't want to come and saying, Sudha, you are a journalist, so you can say, you are trying to pull out from a word, from a mouth that I should say him as an immature person. I don't want to say that. I said he may not know, he is not aware of certain things politically. So we will wait and we will definitely, comment on what he says, how he takes on things. So there is absolutely no problem. Yes.
All right. Dr. Rao, you spoke about film stars turned politicians in Tamil Nadu. Of course, there was a culture of cinema, there still is. But then that era is long over. After Jayalalitha, you saw how Captain Vijay DMK initially, but later nothing. You saw Kamal Hassan, Makkal Nidhi Mayyam, nothing happened. And there are many who came and went. Somehow Tamil Nadu is now, the doors are kind of shut for actors who are trying their luck in politics. So, I mean, I don't think there is statistics to show that people are not swayed by film stars. It's all very well to come and see them, but to give them the chair, doubtful, sir. Those days are long gone, sir.
We have to see that, we can't predict that prediction. Let us see, but there's one other aspect. There's a lot of space. In Tamil Nadu, the DMK, ADMK, or even the BJP, the same leaders have been there for the last 20, 40 years. There's just longevity in politics, they're dynasty, they're this. So there is space there. If he is able to show he has some support, he can be a great disruptor in Tamil Nadu. Various other states, there have been disruptions. In Andhra, that Pawan
Kalyan. You're right. Yeah, there's, no, I can't say much about Mr. Pawan Kalyan, but this Vijay, if you talk about it because it's just been a day, I don't want to go into the political ramifications of this, but he will cut into DMK's votes for sure and AIDMK's as well. But I doubt if he's going to do anything to the BJP because the BJP, I don't think he even considers as unequal. I'm sorry to use a word like that. My apologies. Jagdishwaran, let me give you the last word because I'm running out of time. Jagdishwaran, do you want to talk about about how film stars really have come a cropper? Look at Kamala Hassan. What happened? He then shook hands with the DMK. Before that there are umpteen stars. Of course, the latest being the late Captain Vijay Khan. Actors somehow they feel, although Vijay has said, I'm leaving my career to come and join you. A, is he going to stop doing cinema? That's my question. Number two, there is still Udayanidhi Stalin's company, which is their distributor, the biggest as it were. So they have a truck so far as their profession is concerned. Number three, the youth population is 27% as of now in Tamil Nadu, but that there is a major problem in Tamil Nadu and many other states, that it's the aging population which is growing. The young population is not so much, because the fertility rate is really down. So tell me, what is your quick comment on all these?
I will answer all your questions.
Sure.
So this is going to be his last movie, and he's going to come out. He will become a full-time politician after this movie. That's very clearly said. Politics is not another job. I'm not here. I don't see politics as a hobby. I'm going to be a full-time politician serving the people of this country, to this state. Number two, people like Kamal Hassan failed because they didn't put a right structure. Whereas we have got a strong structure thanks to our Vijay Makka Iyakam. We have got 900 plus functionaries, not members, I mean functionaries, who are completely absorbed into Tamil Electric Kalagam. And so we have got all the district till the Panchayat level, district, next level, still from the state to the Panchayat level, we have got very strong functionaries across Tamil Nadu. So that's not going to be an issue at all. And coming to movies, we already told this is going to be the last movie. And you could have seen, you might have known that we never sell his movies to Red Giant, which is owned by Udayanidhi. He has stopped that long back because he knows he is going to be a future politician, and he took a very right decision. And that's why he completely differs from other actors who still goes to either Red Giant movies or to other production units who will sell their movies to Red Giant. He is very clear on that. So we are very clear on his path, and he will be serving the people irrespective of the results. He has said he will continue to serve the people. We are here for the people. We'll take all the experience from
Jagdishwaran, let me ask you, so when you say that it was his last movie, do you mean GOAT, or is there any other movie that he's shooting right now?
Current movie that started, it's called T69, that is going to be his last movie. When he wrote the letter on February 2nd, where we registered our party when we gave to the Election Commission, we gave a statement. It was very clear, GOAT will be the 68th movie, and the next movie, the 69th movie, will be the last movie. After that, I'm going to put a full stop to team career. That actually is a USP of our party. If people say today his business, his salaries across like 275 crores, 300 crores, he's leaving that out. People are saying how can, it's a great thing. It's a great sacrifice that no one will be able to do. He's in his top career. He's his highest paid IT after Shahrukh Khan. Shahrukh Khan pays 92 crores yearly, and he pays 80 crores as income tax. And he's a top paid actor in South Indian cinema.
Right.
So he's doing that. He's making a great sacrifice. And he has all his hard-earned money.
Yeah. Let me go to Narayan. Narayan, last word to you. I have still 1 minute to go. Narayan Tirupati, the thing is that, do you think that once, like just now, Jagdishwaran said last movie, and after this he will not, do you think that actors generally, I'm talking to you like a political commentator now, that do you think actors who stop doing movies have the same appeal amongst their followers as when they have a hold on you when they are on the screen as well?
No, not exactly. Yes, what you said is right, and I don't think that will maybe to start a party. This fame will help, but to have an infrastructure, to have an organization is not a small thing, and you need a lot of work, you need a lot of money, you need a lot of power, you need manpower. I think it's going to be a Herculean task for him, and That is why I said, let us wait and see.
All
And
right.
you said, Sudha, that he is treating us unequal. This is not correct, because that is why you have called us. So even the DMK is telling today that the Speaker of the Tamil Nadu Assembly says that the BJP, Vijay is a C team of BJP. That much of people are afraid about BJP.
You know, Narayan, let me also clarify that I don't hold a brief for actor Vijay. My favorite actor is dead. His name was Shivaji Ganeshan. Thank you very much, Narayan Tirupati, for joining us on this debate, and also to Jagadishwaran and also Dr. Rao. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on this debate. And let's tell you what the second story is and then take a break. DK Shivakumar launches demolition drive for unauthorized structures in Bengaluru. Will it solve Bengaluru's issues, or maybe give BBMP more encouragement for bribery? That's coming up after the break. Don't miss this.
Who am I?
Nobody can crack that mystery.
There is a certain expectation of me.
That's the only contradiction.
Life itself is stranger than fiction.
I was a perfectly normal person born in an abnormal world.
I really didn't understand why is it different.
Just imagine a child who is bullied every day.
Boys school में कुछ लड़का लोग मेरे साथ sexual abuse किए.
मुझे तेरे बारे में सब पता है और मैं तेरा रेप कर लूँगा.
You also start to stigmatize.
अरे ये तो time pass है.
Sex doesn't come in the picture. Sex comes very late. Then there are man-made narratives.
Why do you walk like that? Why do you sway so much? So you can understand the trauma of a person who's trapped in a wrong body.
But nothing can bind life.
We have to reclaim the lost position. We fought for more than 10 years.
Today I'm the mother of the industry.
I'm a first transgender member judge.
You can't walk in everybody's shoes.
This is what I'm comfortable with. They just are what they are.
You become the light yourself.
That is the change that I was looking for.
When I recognize myself, it's a small story, but it's an interesting one.
In the heart of New York, an Indian spectacle unfolds. Step into the world of the elite saga, featuring influential Indians who've rocked the globe. From culinary geniuses,
this has been nothing less than a dream,
to the wisdom of sages.
And which is why success can never be spelt without you.
Discover the stories behind the stars. Experience the magic behind the scenes at the first Indian event at the Statue of Liberty. Watch the Elite Saga streaming only on News9 Plus. Download now.
There you have it, the second story on the South Indian, DK Shivakumar's demolition drive. The past week witnessed the tragic collapse of an under-construction building, claiming the lives of 9 people in Bengaluru. Heavy rain was cited as a key factor behind the incident, but there were several other issues. Now, some people said it's because of very, very bad cement or other materials which is being used. Some people said it's clearly a case of bribery. Apparently, notices were served to the owner of the building, which fell like a pack of cards. But then some BB officials had allegedly accepted bribe. There were many other reasons, but the end result, we lost 9 people. That's it. Now, in response, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar has initiated a drive to tackle unauthorized and unsafe structures in Bengaluru, aiming to prevent future tragedies. DK Shivakumar said that this drive shall demolish those structures which are now in full swing. He also said that the registration of unauthorized properties will be halted and efforts will be made to remove encroachment throughout the city. Shivakumar also revealed that additional authority will be granted to civic agencies, including the BBMP. The BDA, which is the Bangalore Development Authority, and the Bengaluru Metropolitan Region Development Authority, or BMRDA.
Unauthorized building, ಈಗೇನು ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು 8 ಜನ ಸತ್ತಿರೋಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ವಾಲ್ ಇರೋಂಥ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗು ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲೇ ಒಡೆದಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಆದೇಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಆಗಲೇ ಡೆಮಾಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಂಥ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೀವು ಮರ್ಸಿಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಡೆಮಾಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಝೋನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 1, 2, 3, 4 ಹಿಂಗೆ ದಿನ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು.
In addition to tackling unauthorized buildings, Shivakumar addressed the issue of flooding in Bengaluru. He announced plans to develop 300 kilometers of roads alongside the storm water drains, or SWD, to help mitigate flooding risks. Shivakumar has also had set, if you remember, a 15-day deadline for BBMP to fill all the potholes in the city. He mentioned that the civic body had identified over 2,700 potholes which shall be repaired at the cost of 660 crores. As the Deputy Chief Minister pushes forward with his initiative, several questions arise regarding the effectiveness in truly saving Bengaluru's condition year after year. Will these measures genuinely improve the situation, or it is just yet another drive and people are going to go back to their woes of how to navigate the roads during killer potholes, or just slap their foreheads when their buildings collapse in front of their eyes? Let me now go across to Sandeep Aniruddhan, convener Citizens Agenda for Bengaluru. He is somebody who's worked in this field regularly and has several initiatives to offer, several insights to offer. Sandeep, thank you so much for joining us. Sandeep, when I read this, I just thought, okay, let's do this once again. Let's get rid of this. I mean, doesn't seem to be, you can't go, what is this? It's not sand clays that children build on a beach, that you go kick it and it falls down, then another kid, This is just seems like a very harebrained scheme, Sandeep Aniruddhan.
True, Sudha. There doesn't seem to be any honest intent, because the Deputy Chief Minister has been making announcements every single day in the last 3-4 days. And if you take a walk down the streets in Bengaluru, you will find illegal constructions are continuing without any problem. So whether this is an honest announcement or not has to be seen in the days to come. What is shocking is, in Bengaluru, at least 90 to 95% of buildings are illegal constructions now. The ones that are happening for the last 5 years, almost every building is illegal for various reasons. One, most of them are B-Khata, therefore they don't get building plan approvals, which is a weakness in law in Bengaluru, because I don't see why the government registers illegal sites in the first place. A B-Khata means it is an illegal site.
Right.
And then people construct on it without, I just can't understand why they...
But Sandeep, if you're saying 90% are illegal, then it's going to be like really mayhem if he goes around, demolishing all the... Now also, Sandeep, I want to ask you, even when this building came down, Bachupalaya, everyone said, listen, there was, the BBMP was in cahoots with the owner, whether it was Bhuvan Reddy or Muni Raju or whoever it was, right? All I'm asking is, suppose, I'm not putting the blame on BBMP, but it's going by their past record, Sandeep. Suppose I am sitting in an illegal building, I can always bribe you if you're BBMP and say, can you just give me some kind of a thing so that it looks legal? Because I have seen lots of problems, and I have seen people who've actually in other states, I don't want to name, where there was a demolition drive and a woman allegedly killed herself.
So we need to put the blame where it belongs. I'll tell you a couple of reasons why the government actually needs to conduct a merciless demolition drive. Number one reason is 95% of these buildings which are violating are commercial buildings. They are there's a new phenomenon in Bengaluru called PG slums. Basically, it's intense, concentrated accommodations for people. Basically, the building itself will be illegal. Then the commercial permission is also illegal. they set this up in residential areas and they destroy the entire layout doing this. So it's basically because of the greed of a few businessmen, all of Bengaluru is getting destroyed. And the problem is these are illegal. The people who have to enforce are ward officials. The ward officials either ignore it by taking bribes, or they issue notices and then they take bribes and not act. And both of these are possible because the notices that are issued by ward officials literally are handwritten notices. They don't have a registry of
Can you imagine?
the notices they've issued.
Handwritten notices. My God. So I can change it, no? It's like my school mark sheet. I used to change the marks.
If a building collapses, the official writes backdated notices and says, I had issued notices.
So clearly, Sandeep, this is the question we are asking. Will this fuel BBMP's bribery kind of even more? There'll be more bribery. There'll be you scratch my back and I will scratch yours. And ultimately, it will be back to square one in Bengaluru.
If you go by past track record, this is exactly what BBMP officials do. Every time there is a flood, they will announce we are going to demolish buildings on Rajkalwe. The maximum they'll demolish is two or three buildings, and then the rumor is that a huge amount of collection takes place, and then the whole campaign goes quiet. Similarly, if there is a illegal building that collapses, there will be these big announcements, and if the government goes quiet after a week or two, that means a huge amount of collection has been done in all the wards. So if it doesn't go quiet, then they haven't collected.
Yeah, last I have 1 minute left. He's also announced plans to develop 300 kilometers of roads alongside the storm water drains. I mean,
you go and study the NGT tribunal orders and the wetland rules and the KTCDA rules. No road can be built next to a Rajkalwe because there is a buffer zone which is a no development zone. You can have gardens, you can have parks, you cannot have roads. So when a minister makes a statement that is not even, doesn't have a foundation in law, how is he going to implement it? Somebody will go to court and the whole project will go for a
Very well.
I don't understand why he doesn't have good advisors. He can afford good advisors.
But
our
who
tax
knows,
money is
maybe,
there.
no, Sandeep, maybe he does not listen to his advisors. I mean, that's also quite possible.
That's also
because if you keep advising me and I don't listen to you, I'll keep making blunders. And this is a very big boo-boo, no, Sandeep Aniruddhan, that next to the stormwater drain, you can't build a road. For God's sake, you can build a park, but you can't. But he said, I will build roads. I mean, what kind of a harebrained scheme is that? Bengaluru, sorry, I think some people need to think better of you, for you. Thank you so much, Sandeep, for joining us on this broadcast. Thank you so much. And next, let's come to the next story. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra campaigns in Wayanad, slams BJP LDF for undermining the constitution. That's coming up next. All right, that's our final story. Priyanka's campaign in Wayanad. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi kicked off her election campaign for the upcoming by-polls in Wayanad in Kerala. Engaging with local students, she addressed key issues facing the community, including demands for a medical college, the wildlife conflicts and aid for landslide victims. This is Priyanka's second visit to the constituency after filing her nominations on 22nd of October, followed by a roadshow in Kalpeta town here. The Wayanad seat was previously held by her brother, who's now LOP, Rahul Gandhi. During her visit, Priyanka said her first and main promise is that she will not disappoint the people of Wayanad.
So I will do everything in my power to fight for it. I will raise that demand and I will keep fighting for it until they get what they deserve.
Okay, just one.
And I think it's really the very bare minimum that the state government should be doing. Because it is such a pressing issue here. Everybody should have access to healthcare. Everybody should have access to education. And the fact that over here, that has been a problem for so many years and it's not being addressed. It needs to be addressed. And if I get to be the representative of Wayanad, as MP of Wayanad, my brother has fought for it, I will continue that.
Priyanka also spoke about the recent landslide tragedy in Wayanad and vowed to advocate for compensation for those who were impacted. She also addressed allegations from the BJP and LDF regarding the Gandhi family's absence in the constituency. Priyanka alleged that the values of the constitution are constantly being subverted under the Bharatiya Janata Party's rule.
I have to be elected first. Once I'm elected, let them see how much time I spend here. If I am not elected yet, how can they say that about me?
All right then, as promised, I'll leave you with some of the other top stories from the south of India. As always, South Indian, the only show which focuses on the entire south of India. Thank you so much for watching. See you.
Hello. If your money is fraudulently taken by somebody or if cyber scam takes place with you,
क्या हम कृष्णा दास गुप्ता जी से बात कर रहे हैं?
and you report it to the bank within 3 days of the crime, the bank is liable to pay you 100%. This is clear-cut guidelines.
मैं डिपार्टमेंट से बात कर रहा हूँ.
If you report it within 7 days, the bank is liable to pay you 50%. And if you report it 21 days, I think 25% or something.
और हमने ये देखा है कि आपके आधार कार्ड से एक सिम रजिस्टर्ड हुआ है यहाँ.
If the person gives information within the span of 3 to 4 hours, 100% recovery can be done. I personally have seen a lot of cases where 100% recovery has been done.
आपका सिम यूज हुआ है, इलीगल एक्टिविटीज हुई हैं उस सिम से. Oh my God, madam, you are also involved in the Naresh Goyal money laundering case.